Okay.
Too much.
Your father's always gets a sweaty helmet. Time for Bobby
Ladies and gentlemen of Manchester, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Jack Whitehall! Good evening, Manchester! Yes, this is a bit of me, Manchester in the sunshine! Look at you all! Oh my god, yes, they got my request with all the youngest, sexiest people in the front row. Always one that slips through the dancer. What's your name? Well, you bought 4 seats just so you can fucking lounge out of the Jack Whitehall show in the front row. Fucking amazing. What's your name, fella? Chris, it's a fucking pleasure to have you here. And can I just say, that is great shithousery from the venue, putting all the organic produce next to the wonky veg. It's good to have you here, Chris. I like the look of Chris. So we've got Chris here. Young people make some noise. Yes. Debatable over there. Give me a cheer. In fact, did anyone bring their dad tonight? Oh dear, that's a bit fucking tragic. I know, where's mine? He's not with me. I didn't bring him to the event. No, it's not fucking pantomime, Manchester. No, he came to Manchester, he just didn't make it all the way to the venue. I had his chauffeur drop him off on Canal Street earlier on this afternoon. He's there making some very eclectic new friends. No, me and my dad, we're done. We had a good run of working together, but we have now parted ways. Don't feel sorry for him, by the way. To be clear, he cut me loose, right? That old gig got one taste of fame, and he was like, off you fuck, Jack. He never stops working. He's got his own podcast, reality television shows. The other day, I turned on The Last of Us. He popped up as one of the living dead. He can't say no to a job. He's probably sniffing around that This Morning gig as we speak. That's the breakfast television presenter pair in the world didn't know it needed. Michael Whitehall and Alison Hammond together at last. I actually think my dad would make quite a good replacement for Philip Schofield. No, he would, because if you think about it, they've got quite a lot in common. What? They do! They're both most famous for hanging around with a lad that's a third of their age. Too soon? I mean, all comedians would try and wall up into these Philip Schofield jokes, and I thought, fuck it, let's get it out early doors, set it open this evening, why wait when you can strike while the iron's hot? Ironically, the attitude that got Philip into this mess in the first place. Enough of that. I also need to get this out of the way early doors, and I don't want to do politics this evening, but guys, I'm still reeling from that Boris Johnson news. Oh my god, just when you think you've got a read on a guy, there was me thinking that he was just a buffoon, a pompous, phony, philandering fraud, a backstabbing, brown-nosing, horny, hand-handed degenerate that had shat on, shafted or shagged every single human being that he'd ever come into contact with, and then willfully drove our country off the side of a cliff for the benefit of himself and his cabal of fallen, feckless fuck trumpets. But now to find out that he's been lying to MPs as well? I'm beginning to think this guy might be a bit of a wrong-un. No, we're not going to do politics this evening. Let's get back into safer terrain, chucking my dad under the bus. He told me, by the way, recently the exact moment that he no longer wanted to do travels with my father. Apparently, it coincided with the exact moment that I was written out of his will. And that was the moment that I tricked my 82-year-old father in Los Angeles into doing naked yoga. Fucking hell. I've not seen my ass crack at that aperture on the big screen yet. That is a lot, I'm sorry. To be fair, right, not an experience my dad would rush back to, not an experience I would rush back to either. My big mistake, right, was doing it in Los Angeles, because the men out there, oh my God, very metrosexual, all right, honestly. I've never felt so insecure about my body in my entire fucking life. They're all waxed and tanned and moisturized and bleached. Yes, bleached. They are bleaching parts of their anatomy in Los Angeles that in Britain we very much leave to the elements. I'm ascertaining from that reaction that the anal bleaching fad has not necessarily swept Manchester yet. Chris, dare I ask, have you ever been tempted to go in for a bit of anal bleaching? No, of course you haven't. I bet your arsehole looks like something that a badger would live in. Best reaction was not yours when I just said that. It was your missus that looked at me with a very earnest nod. You're not wrong, Jack. It's a fucking disgrace back there. It is. Not even Bear Grylls can survive in it, no. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Anyway, enough about Chris's back passage. Back to this naked yoga. This guy in front of me, the naked yogi, he bends over in front of me, right? And I mean, I don't know what kind of materials he'd been using to buff this thing up, but honestly, it was effervescent. He bent over, his buttocks parted, it was like opening the door of a fridge. It lit up the room. And confusing for me, but I'm a young man, I can take this in my stride. My dad is 82 years old. Can you imagine how confused he was? I turned to my left at one point. I think Daddy thought it was the end. I saw him moving towards the light. I am a bit more metrosexual these days. I will caveat that by saying that. Because I recently got bought the most passive-aggressive gift that you can get from a partner. My missus bought me something called the Manscaper. Do we have any other fellow Manscapers in the room this evening? Fucking no one in Manchester. Every man in here is just like Chewbacca from the neck down. Looking cold up north, Jack. Nature's wanting. What about that fucking guy Callum? You look like a manscaper. I saw you on the big screen. The most metrosexual man in here. You must be manscaping. You have not got body hair on you. I just can't believe it. Look, you've come to the show, you're looking fresh. I have to say, I saw you on the big screen just now. I had a bit of a man crush. Fucking fresh lid, little box fresh Hugo Boss tee, designer spectacles. Someone's been down Cheetham Hill. Fucking snaggy. I can see it a mile off. No, but you should get on the manscaping trend, honestly. It's fucking great. Chris as well. Honestly, I've been using my manscaper all the time. But I had this situation recently. I'm doing a little scape of my mandem. And I looked down into the manscaper and I saw a stray red hair. Yeah, little cheeky ginger hair in the manscaper. I was like, fucking hell. Maybe I'm going ginger down there. I googled it. Not medically possible. Yep, nothing on WebMD about delayed onset ginger itch. So then I was like, wait a second, if this hair doesn't belong to me, then who the hell does it belong to? Oh my God, another man has been scaping in my house. I confronted my missus when she came back from the shops, holding aloft the offended hair. I was like, who is he? What's his name? She came clean. Do you know how that hair had ended up in my manscaper? Because my girlfriend had been using my personal grooming instrument on the dog. I should have seen the warning signs, to be fair. I was the only guy in the park whose dog had a Brazilian. She did a lovely little job. So Wednesday night, fucking middle of summer, Manchester, this is such a fucking vibe. Are we having a drink this evening, Manchester? Yeah, fucking, this fucking Jack Grealish, she's still on one. I'm on the waters. I had a situation, right? It's been a while since we chatted, and basically what happened is, some of my friends came to me, they took me aside and they said that they were worried that I drink too much. And no, I heard that and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Well, I am proud to say that as of last week, I just celebrated 6 months of not seeing them. I've been 12 steps away from those losers. Now, still see them. They want to drink responsibly now. I'm on a different trajectory. The fucking look you get in your 30s, right, when you try to get in a round of shots at the end of a meal. It happened last week. I was in Carluccio's, right? I tried to get a round of shots in. My mates looked at me like I just pulled out a crack pipe on the table. I was like, it's a Tuesday night. Everyone knows that's the new Friday. Let's liven up here, people. 5 rappers, please, and a limoncello for this little cunt in the high chair. I just don't like being made to feel bad about it. Because also, by the way, like I read an article recently, how do I say that? I saw a TikTok, and the TikTok said, right, that apparently red wine has quite a lot of health benefits, which, yeah, to be fair, that is an article that I have seen shared quite a lot, that red wine gives you health benefits. If you ever get to the bottom of that article, it's always a pretty rogue university that's doing the research. Do you know what I mean? Oxford and Cambridge aren't looking into the health benefits of wine. That's some fucking weekend warrior at Man Met on a sports science degree. Fucking stolen a lab coat. Right, his fucking thesis on the health benefits of wine. Now he's off to do his fucking dissertation on how just half a disco biscuit a night can lower your cholesterol. That is when you're doing drinks enough, those days, when you want to help them through alcoholic beverage of choice. I think I've got one for every drink. Right? Honestly, I think I've collected them over the years. Let's put it to the test tonight, right? Get the lights up. Shout out some of your favourite drinks. I'll try to give you health benefits for them. Okay, vodka in no amounts can lower your cholesterol. Gin, I'll take it. Your husband, cider, apples, one of your 5 a day. What was that? Whiskey, controversial one. If you've got a baby that's crying a lot and won't go to sleep. I said it's controversial. I'm answering the whiskey man, madam! You can take the whiskey, you can pour a tiny little drop of it into the baby's milk and down the rest of the bottle. You get so drunk you forget you've got a child. Take some more. Tequila helps ugly people get laid. Jaeger bombs, they keep you alert if you're driving late at night. Caffeinated, no, it's true. Okay, fruit juice, fruit, one of your 5 a day again. Prosecco has lactic acid in it, that's an antioxidant. Rum is good for scurvy, the pirates unit at that. You said lager over there, you said Guinness, I'll take you all of the beers, there's lots of different types. So lager has riboflavin in it, which is good for the production of red blood cells. Guinness is a stout, which has iron in it, which helps with your immune system. And craft IPAs help you tell which one of your friends is a bellend. We laugh and we learn. That's the big one though, isn't it? Everywhere now is this non-alcoholic booze. I'll tell you what, it's gone too far. The other day I saw for sale a bottle of non-alcoholic Sambuca. Who the fuck is buying non-alcoholic Sambuca? Newsflash, no one in the history of the world has ever ordered a Sambuca when they haven't been completely shit-faced. Sambuca is not a beverage, it is a forfeit. No one is drinking Buca for its wonderful flavour profile. It's the most minging drink in existence. It tastes like Bertie Bassett's ball sack. It's so gross, its only serving suggestion is on fire. There is no other drink on the market that they do that with. Oh, sommelier, can I get a bottle of the 1986 Cabernet Sauvignon, please? Oh no, don't decant it. Just rack it up, chuck in a couple of coffee beans and torch the fuck up. Sambuca is so gross that you could go on a night out, you could get so annihilated that you end up picking a fight with a revolving door, defecating into a lady's handbag, and then wanking off a tramp behind the Arndale Centre. You would still wake up the following morning and the thing that you most regret from the night before is that you drank Sambuca. What's fucking happening with the world as well? Non-alcoholic booze, beyond meat, vaping, they are taking away our vices. I called my drug dealer the other day, he offered me something called I can't believe it's not cocaine. I try as best I can to interrogate my relationship with alcohol as I get a bit older though, you know. I do think that I drink as a crutch. Because I actually get quite bad social anxiety, which people are always surprised to hear because I do this for a living. You know, this kind of social interaction I'm fine with, like me talking at you with locked doors and a microphone, fucking ideal. Locked, closed doors. The doors are closed during the performance, not locked. I don't know why I said that. That would show a real lack of faith in my ability from the venue. All we got on tonight, Jack White, we haven't bolt them in, no. You are all free to leave at any point. This is a gig, not a hostage situation. Is there actually someone leaving at the back? It was a fucking joke! Sit down! Look, this is the problem, is that I think ultimately what I'm scared about is exposing people to my thoroughly underwhelming off-stage personality, alright? Because honestly, the amount of times in real life, people say to me things like, oh my god, you're a lot shyer than you are on stage. I'm like, well, yeah, obviously, I couldn't be like this 24/7. I'd be fucking unbearable. Headline down the pub, striding around, monologuing about naked yoga, bantering strangers about anal bleaching. I'd be fucking sectioned. But that's why I really feel like I need a whiskey. Because like, what a whiskey does, I find it just like, it tweaks my internal monologue, right? That little voice in your head, right? Because I find if I'm sober, the voice in my head is like a cross between my dad and Severus Snape. I walk into a room sober, it's like, nobody in this room likes you. They're all looking over at your ridiculous new haircut. You thought by growing it out you'd look like Kit Harington from Game of Thrones, and instead you've wound up looking like a Tesco's value Richard Hammond. That got way too much laughter this evening. I have one whiskey, one scotch inside me, and it's like that voice miraculously transforms into a sort of Scottish hype man. One dram, it's like, oi, Jackie boy! Of course you can fucking play dance! I don't give a shite if it's your grandmother's funeral! And that's what I'm like after the Scottish whiskies. If I've had a Japanese whiskey, it sounds more like this. Actually, I'm not going to do that one. I also, of course, blame my social inadequacies on my upbringing. As many of you know, I was sent to a boarding school age 9 because my parents were financially well off but emotionally bankrupt. Fucking ridiculous place to raise a child at boarding school. You basically spend a fortune to give your kid an empathy bypass, daddy issues, but fluent in Latin. And now I'm Samant, Mama Samati Samant. Thank you, a teacher of appreciation for the Latin in Manchester. I knew I could rely on a sophisticated crowd in Manchester. Although to be fair, there's a pocket of faces over there that look very left behind with the Latin. I appreciate you for making the drive in from Bolton to be here this evening. Thank you so much. I think I've incited a riot. I don't know, fucking check my privilege as well. I know, obviously, going to a school like that is a ridiculously unfair leg up in life. If you needed any more proof that the arts are far too polluted with top actors, look no further than my school. Bloody everyone went there, right? Emma Watson went there, Robert Pattinson went there. It was Hogwarts, I went to Hogwarts. Tom Hiddleston, he went there as well. Which means, right, whenever they write about this school in newspapers and magazines, this lot always get name checked. And I am nowhere near it. It's like I'm the school's dirty little secret, just swept under the rug. Couldn't give a toss about me, honestly. Because they were all like, oh, we had Hermione and Loki and Batman. Great! Do any of them get 30% off sketches because they're friends with Jamie Redknapp? No! Yep, I bought these rascal shoes just to do that joke. Do I regret it? Do I fuck? Best $5.99 I have ever spent. I didn't buy them, I inherited them off my gran. She got married in her other pair, so I'm also, by the way, obviously because I have a very fragile ego, I have checked the school's website to see if I'm on the list of famous former pupils. I'm on it, but you've got to scroll down for about half an hour. I'm right down the bottom. I'm underneath a rower, a fucking rower! And yes, the rower won a gold medal, but he was in the boat where there was 8 of them. And 8 for the gold medal! I play the Manchester Arena, bitch! Thank you. So funny. That bit is so much easier to get on board with when I leave out the detail that he was a Paralympian. Laughing at it now. Shame on you, Manchester. Not nice. Laughing at the one-armed thrower. No. We move on. The point, wrong answer. I fucking love it. No. The point is, this is definitely something that I have talked about before, this like slight to my ego. I've complained about it in interviews and radio and podcasts and whatnot. I've really put it out there into the world. The moral of the story is be very careful what you wish for. 6 months ago, there was a story about my school. It was about a teacher that had been arrested because they had found indecent images on his laptop. Daily Mail headline, pervert teacher arrested at Jack Whitehall's former school. Where is Emma Watson now? It had a picture of me in the paper. This guy wasn't even a teacher when I was there. Scroll down and there's Professor Nancy Bollocks and then me grinning next to him like I was his That's the least flattering photo that's ever been taken of me. That picture's so bad. If they had found that on his laptop, he probably would have got away with it. What's this shit here as well? They really felt the need in the caption to point out that of these two images, the depraved pervert is the one on the left. Fucking jokers. Chambers, that was his name as well, look, Mr. Chambers, that was the name of the teacher. I left the name in because I wanted to point out the quite frankly lousy levels of journalism that are on display here. My name should be nowhere near that headline. I don't want to do the journalist's job for him, but the teacher was called Mr. Chambers. He taught Hermione Granger and he had a dodgy laptop. Surely that headline is Mr. Chamber of Secrets. It writes itself. The weirdest reaction to this story, hands down, was my mum's, okay? I saw my mum about a week later, went round to her house, she was there in the kitchen, big shit-eating grin on her face. She was like, I saw you in the paper. Right, did you read the article? All publicity is good publicity. I don't think that holds up in this context. And just to be clear, you know, he did not touch me up. Do you know what she said? Oh darling, I wouldn't take it to heart. You probably just weren't his type. This is the final kick in the balls, okay? I have to give you this. This happened when I read the main body of the article, which I brought with me here to share with you this evening. Now, as I say, I'm not obsessed, but I just need to get this off my chest, okay? Took this down on my mum's fridge, and now I'm going to read you a little extract. Okay, right. Now, bearing in mind I've already got issues with my billing when they write about this school, have a little listen to this and see why it may have irked me. Because I wasn't the only famous former pupil that they decided to debut in this article. Okay, listen now, because it's subtle-lined. Okay, criminal proceedings have been brought against David Chambers, a teacher at one of Britain's most exclusive private schools, attended by famous former pupils such as Jack Whitehall and Ghislaine Maxwell. What? The actual fuck? We do not come as a pair! What on earth was this journalist thinking? Well, I'm going to write an article about a paedophile teacher today. I want to go to name check. How about a convicted human trafficker and the son of Clifford the Big Red Dog? What are they doing putting those pictures together? Honestly, look at it. It looks like I'm leading Clifford out of the courtroom having given evidence. Naughty dog. Absolute joke. I like this cow, by the way. This is fucking tasty for a Wednesday night. I knew I could be out in Manchester. There's just enough mischief in this room for my liking. I feel like we've formed a bond now as well. So I think now you're ready, with you especially, madam. Thank you. I feel like you're ready for the hard-hitting material now. Yeah, oh yeah. So I'm going to be all that frivolous nonsense this evening. We're going to be going to some pretty serious places as well this evening. I've had 4 years away from comedy. I've had 4 years to mature as a man, mature as a comedian, so it is time for a gear shift. Is that how you gear shift? I still don't have my driver's license. What the fuck was that? I think I need a forklift. I know. Anyway, no. It's a lifestyle. Okay, some are born to drive, others are born to be driven. By their mothers, in this case, she has great integrity, just made sense. This is one last serious point that I need to raise. This is very serious. Okay, is it just me? Is it just me? Or have those I am not a robot tests started getting harder? They're not playing by the rules anymore. I found bicycles tucked away on roof racks, cars parked behind walls. The other day, I shit you not, I was looking for the boats. One of them was up a fucking tree. I spent my life doing those fucking tests. Has anyone else had that moment as well with the I am not a robot test? Where you're sat in your room, right, and you're on your laptop, and you're there, and you've failed the I am not a robot test so many times that you stop and you go, fuck, maybe I am a robot. Maybe this is how robots realize that they're robots, because they just can't work out whether a traffic light consists of the box of lights or the coast that it's on as well. I'm having an existential crisis here. I haven't been able to spot 10 traffic lights in a row. I'm either a robot or a cyclist. I'm glad you went with that one. I did that joke the other night in Oxford. It did not go down well. They were waiting for me at the stage door, 5 guys in Lycra, pursued me down the street in a perfectly formed peloton. Come here, you insolent boy. The other bit I can't get my head around, right, is this, okay? Is who the fuck is taking those photographs? Do you know what I mean? That feels like quite the niche for a photographer. Some guy, his entire life spent taking photographs of traffic lights, sending them in to his agent each month. Did we get any bites? How many times do I have to tell you this, Barry? Nobody wants pictures of fucking traffic lights. Have you ever thought of branching out, you know, taking some more artistic photography, landscapes, wildlife? What about fire hydrants? What a day it must have been when the gamble finally paid off. His agent calling him up out of the blue. Barry, I hope you're sitting down. I have just been off the phone to the I am not a robot people. They want your entire traffic light collection. Yes, it turns out you're humanity's last line of defense against the rise of the machines. That's fucking rare, that is. Quick question, now we're getting published. Do you think maybe I should try to take somewhere in focus? No, they said they want them grainy as fuck. I mean, I say that. I think the reality is anyone that's taken that many photographs of school buses, definitely in jail. Fucking back on nonsense again. I can't help myself! You're getting the perfect insight in the way that my brain works with this show this evening. I will literally take any distraction imaginable to avoid having to have a serious conversation. Do you want to tell the people about your life and your feelings this evening, Jack? Nonsense, traffic lights, pubic hair, fucking... we're going to dig a little bit deeper in the second half, but before we do that, I think everyone needs a drink. We're going to have a brief interval, we're going to head to the bars. Before you do that, I must warn you that fucking hell, look, he can't even wait! That is the quickest maneuver I've ever seen! Actually, by the looks of that run, I think he might be touching cloth. I'll see you in about 15 minutes!
No, I can't get into it, mate.